Hello, Earth signs. Welcome to your weekly oracle readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of August, I'm offering a special called Tales of the Sun, and it's a reading that was created into a two-part reading. They were created as a complement, but they are not exclusive to each other. So if you would like to order just one or the other, that's fine as well. And the first part is called Sunset, and the second, the first part Sunrise, and the second Sunset. And this is a reading that was conceived to reflect upon the Leo theme season we are currently on. And the Leo season theme is all about our joy, our power to co-create, our self-expression, our pleasure nature, and how to explore, right? And own and take ownership of this beautiful thing we have, which is called ourselves. So the sunrise, it's a reading that reflects upon the light aspects that are being birthed, let's say, into your life, and the state of joy, direction of joy, or the direction of happiness that you're being called to pursue, or where you can find in that path a better state of well-being. And the sunset, it's a reading that reflects upon what you might need to let go and release in terms of patterns and experiences in order to find that same peak joyful experience. So if you would like to know more info about those specials or any other of my tarot services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So I'm recording this weekly oracle readings in my phone because Mercury retrograde really got to me and my laptop crashed. So while it's fixing, and hopefully will be fixed soon, bear with me in this format of reading. So earth signs, I do feel like this upcoming week brings a lot of attention. It's like an alertedness for some of you about things where some of you have grown to become too familiar or comfortable with, in ways where you're not exploring further possibilities, because the common energy for the three of you is this beautiful card, possibilities. And this is an energy that it's all about spreading our wings and seeing what lies beyond our familiar territory. So some of you are too comfortable where you are, and what this is creating for some is a sense of stagnation and a sense of for some of you, the word that is really coming through is misery. Some of you feel like your lives are currently not where at all you would like them to be. Some of you don't like where you are, you don't like how things are, you are unsatisfied and sad, and even for some of you with the direction or things are taking. But I feel like some of you feel all of this, and this is all real, and you should honor those experiences of sadness and of even for some of you a little bit of a depressive state. You should respect and honor that as being the truth, and as being an aspect of you. But I feel like some of you are contributing to make this the only reality that you are experiencing, which means that some of you are kind of in a state of self-indulging in that same negativity or misery you are experiencing. Now, when I say misery, of course, this is an energy of self-pity for some of you. Others of you is about, it's like this energy of, for some of you, there's this stored pain. It's like a very strong internal space of emotional, for some of you it's showing up here as mostly emotional pain. And you're holding on to that too tightly. And what you're being called to consider is that maybe if you take on that experience of pain, that again, it's real and it shouldn't be avoided, is to take on that experience and try to recreate from that pain in different ways. Meaning, instead of doing the same things you do every day that take you to that same course of experience that you don't like, gradually and in your own rhythm and possibilities, try to explore different avenues to find freedom, forgiveness, redemption, liberation, eradication from those same states that are taking you down. So basically, it's an aspect of experimenting here, experiencing. Some of you need to get more creative, more ingenious here, more have more of a sense of innovation to change things around, not only emotionally speaking, but with anything that it's making you unhappy. So this week, for some of you earth signs, there can be this big spotlight, making it harder to run or avoid your own sense of unhappiness. The thing is that that spotlight or that intensity of focus is being shed in what is unhappy for you, in order for you to find ways to turn that around and create a better state of experiences that are much more propelling to future. I feel like some of you have stopped, let's say, you have stopped in time, or you have a part of you has stagnated in a place that it's like mud. It created now it's like is this very thick energy to be able to easily be free from. And so you need to push yourself, to motivate yourself every day to try until you find your own recipe of what works. For Virgo, you have laziness card, so this is very telling, right? Even though I feel like for some of you, in opposite to Taurus and Capricorn, for Virgos, I feel like you are indulging in some of things that you have in your life that make you feel comfortable. You are indulging in maybe habits and some of you addictions as well, or habits, addictions, behaviors, situations that make you feel good, but it's like a worn out recipe, meaning it's not pushing you to do anything different. It's not pushing you to explore a little bit more than what you have encountered so far. So for some of you, you have things in your life that are okay, that do make you feel good, and that you like to indulge in. But if you stop here, the message is that if you stop in this state of where you are, you will not find the complete state of happiness that you could find if you would take another step forward. Because this card is the Nine of Water, which in the traditional tarot is the Nine of Cups. So there's still one more step to go to find the complete state of happiness that this stage of experience in the minor arcana entails. It's 10 is missing. So the complete state of harmony, I feel like some of you need to be pushed a little bit here, and I feel like the universe might actually intervene in a certain way. For those of you that are getting too comfortable where you are, or that are forgetful that you still have work to do, Virgo. Some of you still have work to do, but it's like either you don't feel inspired, or you don't even see, for some of you, don't even see the purpose to do more if what you have is making you it's like if it's making you like 75% happy. So some of you are okay during this week more than the other earth signs, but it's like not doing as much as you should, not doing as much as you could. And sooner or later, even if it's not now, this is going to reflect, of course, and it's like a snowball. It's going to cause effects and consequences from what you're being too reckless about now, or dismissive of the things you need. Some of you have a lot of work, have a lot of responsibilities, have a lot to do, and you're not doing it, either because you're feeling tired or because you're feeling that you can postpone those responsibilities or those duties to another time, because you want to sit and relax. There's time for everything. That's also the message being shown here for you Virgos, for Virgos that are dealing with this. There's also this notion of you learning to manage a little bit better, to perfect here a little bit a sense of management of your days, of your routines, of your responsibilities. Of course, finding as well times of relaxation, fun. Some of you are living lives as well of convenience, which means that some of you, again, I feel like some of you Virgos are getting too comfortable in something, and this week there might be a certain shakeup, and I feel like the shakeup is coming from others. So you might be criticized because of your lifestyle, or you might be called to do something that you really don't want to feel like doing, and this might bring some sense of friction. But before you jump into conclusions, listen to what you're being said, coming from an outside perspective. If because there might be some reason in it, something that you might not want to listen, but there might be some reason in it. For Taurus, you do have isolation, so not the best card, but there's this sense of some of you, I'm sorry, I can't quite, yes, exactly, isolation. So as you can see, this is an energy of someone that has built a wall of ice around him, and the tears that are being shown here are tears, so he has completely shut himself down from any emotional experience or any emotional opportunity to break down those barriers he has created because of wounding, because of hurt. He has created such a degree of barriers that now he can't properly engage emotionally with others. And I'm feeling like for some of you Taurus, you have been away from, emotionally speaking, you have been away from those you most love, or you have not been given a chance to love as you should. Some of you feel emotionally hurt, and this hurt that you are experiencing is most likely for some of you not a new experience. Some of you during this time might remember a lot of, or might feel quite triggered more than usual, and have responses that are like echoes from past, again, memories, fears, situations that you're putting into the present time. Some of you need to be careful with as well, the masks you are wearing. Some of you are pretending you're fine, you're pretending that everything is okay, you're pretending that you're as good as you could be, and when in reality, internally, you're living in a state of isolation, which means that you don't feel supported where you most need to feel supported. So there's a sense of loneliness that it's deep, and it's causing for some of you some anguish. Some of you need to cry, and you need to express yourself emotionally. You need to find ways that work for you and that can be kind of supportive and therapeutic. It's like to find therapy, some sort of emotional therapy for some of you could benefit you. If not an actual state of you going to a specialist, is you trying, right, to communicate with those close to you, or with someone, or to write, or to find some sort of activity that helps you release all of that emotional undealt baggage. I feel like some of you again need to be careful with the masks you are using, because you might be saying yes to things, compromising to things, trying to find solutions that are not honoring the truth of how you are feeling. So you might be either wanting to agree and please too much to others that are trying to, where you're trying, you and this other people, parties, or you and them are trying to do something, build something, help each other out. Or it could be that you're not letting others help you. It could also be that some of you are not letting others help you. You're not letting others come in. It's like you've been giving a hand, or people want to give you a hand. People that are realizing that maybe there's something off with you. You're not allowing them to come closer. Some of you are not allowing support and love. Those things that you most need, there's something, is like a degree of resistance, right? To allow those things to come to you, and you're being asked to understand why. I really feel like some of you need to, you're in a moment of closure for some of you, and this closure is a very transformative period. I don't feel like what you're dealing with is at all an easy thing, but it would be easier, I feel, if some of you would allow others to understand your process, to, instead of shutting them down or pushing them away, the understanding that you need them, and that there are people that truly care, and that there are people that truly want to help us out there. So it's like to slowly give in, right? And open the doors and put the barriers down, the walls down, and slowly allow others in. Or give yourself an opportunity to go out and meet those that can contribute, of course, to your well-being. For Capricorn, you have the Five of Water, which usually it's the Five of Cups, and here it's called attachment to the past. So just like Taurus, but here I feel like it's more of an ego issue. Just like Taurus, some of you are attached emotionally to old experiences, old patterns, carrying this heavy baggage that is not allowing some sort of transformation to happen. Some of you are resisting an ending, or resisting something that you know needs to end, or you're being called to understand that it needs to end. Some of you are forcing situations that you shouldn't be forcing. Some of you, in order to find your soul, in order to find your heart, in order to find what you need to be in a better state of balance, you need to allow things to end, to be transformed, so then you can see what's left of it. So some of you are afraid to allow things to end or go, because you don't know what your life would be without them, even if those are things that are, as they are shown here, that are not good for you. I feel like some of you are at risk, let's say, to become something or someone that you don't want to become. And when I say those things is the more time we spend, right, attached to past energies and resisting transformation, resisting change, eventually will happen. But the process of pain that you will have to endure to then find that transformation, that liberation, will be much more painful and harder than as if we would allow that to happen initially. So the thing is that I feel like some of you have been battling something that it's unavoidable, and you have been battling this for a long time, and I feel like some of you Capricorns are like so powerful. You have this immense power with you that allows you to keep doing this, which means that it's a very interesting energy here, is that you're so powerful, so resistant, so filled with this strong energy that you're able to fight against energies that the majority of us have no control over. So some of you have a degree of control over delaying. It's like delaying energies of universal laws to happen. But this is causing some sort of delay and block in your abundance, in your well-being, in you being happy, in you being satisfied, in you feeling motivated, in you feeling that like things are moving in a positive direction. Of course, that this is for some Capricorns. Some of you are okay. This is for Capricorns that are struggling, and I feel like some of you are really struggling because it's like you want to let go of something. Part of you do. The part of you that is calling to save its own soul. It's like how can I say? Some of you have this part of you that it's crying for the other part of you to listen, which is the ego, which is this card we also have here is conditioning, which usually is the devil. And what needs to be done here is transformation. So what needs to be done here is accept that things are shifting and molding into something else, and trust that whatever comes from that will be much more of a better use to you in your life. So whatever needs to go, whatever not only needs to go, whatever has ended and is ending, give it room. Take a step back, because we don't know if that thing will not still be a part of our lives tomorrow, 1 month from 1 month from now, or 1 year, or 10. Just sit back, let again the energies of that have here an upper hand in terms of cosmic forces. Let them work. Let a divine energy be at work in your life as well. I feel like some of you, this is like, it feels like this very strong influence of Pluto that is in your sign for some time, and now we also have Saturn. So you have a lot of heavy energies. Responsibility, which is Saturn, karma, control, and Pluto, which is exactly this transformation card. It's our power source as well, our soul, but also our control. It's an energy that is very resilient, and it controls so much of that place of the underworld. So some of you, it's a tough period for Capricorns that are resisting things that are not happening the way they hoped they would happen. But it's a hard time. But if you just, again, sit back, at least for this week. This is a weekly forecast, even though I really doubt that this is an energy that you're only dealing, of course, right now. But there might be an intense experience that touches on this theme. And sit back, Capricorn. Sit back and allow things to be for a while until you have a better understanding, let's say, of what will be, and so you can act from there. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.